Exposing the strength and vulnerability and shattering the silence around men's mental health. We're two guys creating a space where men can talk, support, and uplift one another. In a world that often misunderstands us, we're here to break the stigma. Join the conversation, empower yourself, and let's redefine what it means to be a man. This is the Untamed Truth Podcast. Tune in, speak out, and let's grow together. Like, you got me really worried about you sneezing over there.
Bro, sometimes, I'll tell you, I've counted my sneezes. I have my top amount of sneezes in a row is 57.
What?
Yep.
57?
Yep. Yes, sir. 57 sneezes in a row. I spent 2.5 hours sneezing one time.
And you didn't die?
No, I didn't die. I've sneezed, coughed, and farted at the same time.
Yeah, but they gotta work for that. That was in that movie. What was that movie?
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Oh, goodness.
There's one that says, like, if you do all these things and hiccup and all this stuff all at the same time, you'll die. Like sneeze, cough, burp, fart, and hiccup at the same time, you'll die. But you can't do them all the same.
But it was in a movie. I can't. Oh, I can picture who did it.
Clue.
You know the guy off of, it's a TV show.
There's a million TV shows, bub.
Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm trying to think. King of Queens or something like that. It's with a bigger guy. He drives UPS. You know,
Kevin James. Is that who it is?
That's King of Queens, right?
Yes, it is.
That is the name.
Yeah, if
Okay.
it's the same movie or show that we're talking about.
And he has a wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a mailman.
UPS.
One or the other. He's a parcel delivery person.
Yeah, for UPS.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not called UPS.
Yeah, it's called something else.
It's called something else, but it's UPS guy.
Yeah.
I would say we scare him out of you, but that's hiccups.
No. Yeah, that's sneezing. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Nothing helps. Blow my nose doesn't help. Turn it upside down. I literally went and laid on my bed and turned upside down and like drank water, which is supposed to be the hiccups thing too. I've tried holding my nose like this.
Yeah.
And I'll sneeze through it like I'm about to do it again.
What?
Yeah. I just held that one back. But it hurts. It hurts more to hold it back than it does to let it out.
Oh,
but yeah, 57.
57. What the heck?
I think I just got rid of it just then. I think that was the end of it. I don't know what it is, dude. I'm allergic to nothing. Well, I'm allergic to Dilaudid because I told them if they ever gave me that again at the hospital, I'd slap somebody.
I'm allergic to two things.
What?
There's a tree. I'm allergic to a tree because it lets off pollen or something.
What kind of tree?
I don't remember because I got.
That's kind of important, bub.
Oh, I'm not like really allergic. I just have a slight allergy to it.
Yeah.
And then I'm allergic to dust mites.
Dust bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
because when I was a kid, like I don't remember because when I was a kid they did that test where they do all those needles, like 1,000-something needles on your back.
Yep. It's a little square. It's got a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah, my parents were like,
it's got like horse pee on it, dog pee on it.
Yeah, they wish they never did it, but I hate it. I have a fear of needles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't become a diabetic, bub. You have to be shooting yourself every day.
I can do needles. I just don't.
Dude.
Like if I go like I've given plasma.
No, I ain't. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've done that
anyway. I get tattooed too often.
I've done that.
Speaking of, I got a tattoo appointment.
I used to do the flu shot all the time. And the thing is, I'm like whenever they take blood or whatever, I'm like, hey, don't tell me when you're gonna do it.
Just do it.
Don't count down.
Yep. Let me look away.
I was like, I'm gonna put my arm here. You're gonna do your thing. You say ready. I'll say yep, and then you just do it whenever. And I'm not gonna look. If I look and you count down,
I'm gonna pass
or
out.
any of that, because like they're like, well, you'll flinch if I don't tell you. It's like, if you don't tell me, I won't flinch. I was like, if you tell me,
I'm gonna tense up.
I'm gonna flinch.
Yep.
And it's just knowing that needle's going in me. That just knowing that it's going in. Like I'll just.
Yeah, I can't.
Like
I can't count how many times I've been stuck and poked and prodded since I've gotten sick, like with my eyes and like even before that when I had that bone infection, like I had what they call a pick line in my heart. Like it went through my arm over here and into my heart. It was like this big long cable, right? It was weird.
Really?
Super weird. Anyway, it didn't go into my heart. It went to like a main artery. Anyway, but after all that shit, like now, it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm just like, hey, which tattooed arm do you want? Don't scar me up. You're not messing up my shit. I can't do it, though.
Yeah. Well, so, because, like, when I was little, I'd hide under tables from what my parents would tell me. Like, I would, like, if I was getting a shot, I'd hide up underneath the tables in the thing. They'd have to pull me out to give me the shots.
That's funny.
And then when I got older, I remember this one time they said they were going to give me a shot for something. And I was ready to fight the doctor. Yeah, like literally, get ready to fight. Like, no, you're not coming near me with that. My dad had to come into the room.
Yeah, Jonah was he was bad about it when he was little, about being scared. But now he's just like, all right, get it over with. Hurry up so I can get this done. But Jude... Oh, dude, if he's getting a shot, he will come up with any excuse in the world. I gotta go to the bathroom. I need to take a shower. I need to do this. I gotta do something. And I'm like, dude, we're at the doctor's office. You can't take a shower here. You can't. You don't have to go to the bathroom. You just went to the bathroom before we walked in here. But he'll still be trying to make up all the excuses to try to get out of getting a shot. He's like, am I getting a shot? Am I getting a shot? Am I getting a shot? I'm like, dude, yeah, if you need a shot, you're finna get a shot. Deal with it.
Well, I didn't just make up excuses. Like, I flipped out.
Yeah, well, I haven't dealt with that yet, but I'll just put him in a headlock and let him give him the shot. He's a little bitty guy. I'll just hold him down and give him a shot.
Yeah, like I'd go out of my mind. The other thing is water. Water that you can't see through.
Yeah.
Scares me.
Like going to the lake, you won't go swimming in the lake.
So I will now, but like especially when I was littler, like so we go out on the pontoon, go whatever, I'd be fine. Get on the little jet ski, loved it. But getting in the water, like, because you know everybody has life vests on.
Yeah, because you're floating, you're bobbing.
Yeah, so whenever I was in the water, like I would have somebody's life vest and have like a death grip on them. And like from when I was a baby, like I've had this thing with water.
Yeah, I am a water dog. Now I'll tell you this: I've only been to the ocean and like experienced the ocean twice. One time it was the winter time, so we stepped our feet in, and then we left, and I was like, I'm not a big fan of this. Well, then we went back this last, I guess not last. Was it last year? I'm not sure. Jonah, was it last year we went?
Yes.
So last spring break we went to, I don't even remember what the beach was. What was it, Jonah?
It was in Florida. It was,
Duh.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't remember what beach it was, but it was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I went out to waist deep, right? And I was
right.
like, this is sketchy. Like I'm sketched out, like for real, like because you'd be standing there and a big wave would come up and like hit you and take you back 10 feet more, and I was like, oh hell no, like this is scary. Like what if I get out there and I'm fat and out of shape? I ain't finna be able to swim back. If it's pulling me back 10 feet, I can't make 10 feet in the time it hits me and takes me back 10 feet. I'm gonna swim 2, get back 10, swim 2, get back 20 more. And I can't, like that scared me.
Yeah.
But like stuff being in the water, like I wasn't really scared of it really. But then they had these weird flags, and they put the flags up if they seen a shark, and I was always checking out them flags like, well, am I about to get eaten by jaws up in this bitch, or are we good?
See, I want to go. I want to go to the ocean because I've never been.
That's wild.
I'd love to go. Just see the ocean, which I've seen it from a plane. Because when we flew into LA or whatever, I've seen it out there, but I've never actually been to the ocean.
Well, they say that the ocean in California is like super cold, like because it's coming off the Arctic.
Yeah.
So, or what is it? The Atlantic? I don't know. I don't geography people to leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't care which one I go to. But the thing is, like, you ever watch them videos? You know, they're flying in the plane and they're shooting down at the beach, and you see the beach.
Yeah.
And then, like, and if you take those photos and look at them, like, you see the people, and then right out from the people, you see figures of sharks where they're swimming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've seen those, and I'm like,
do I want to get in this water and there's a fish that could eat me right there?
Because I'm like, you know, shark attacks, you have a better chance of getting shark.
Yeah. Try again. Start over.
Hit by lightning, right?
Yeah, but tell me that chance still ain't there. I know a dude that got hit. I don't know him personally, but I knew of a dude that got hit by lightning 3 times.
Well, I mean, the chance is always there.
Sorry, that's my child over here rinsing a bowl out that had popcorn in it, and knowing that we're recording this podcast right now. This is why we do this on a weekday when these kids is at school, because if not, we have this one. Hey, Boogie, come here and say hi to everybody. Yeah, see, Jonah, come here and say hi to everybody.
So antisocial.
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 They and you know the messed up part about it is both of them are like, hey, we want to be on the podcast, and I'm like, okay, we'll make it happen. And then now,
And then you offered, and they
like,
no.
I'm not doing it. And look at him over here dancing like he's somebody.
I mean, they can't see you.
They can't see you. They just hear you. Say something. Okay, don't then. Go away. Oh. But yeah, so we kind of started this episode as just like a goof off episode because, you know, sometimes with as deep as we get on stuff and as emotionally charged and mentally straining some of the as mentally
now
yeah
you need
now
to start talking
yeah
right,
quit
yeah.
You got to quit doing that because it's rubbing off on me, you asshole.
I can't help it.
As you know, difficult as some of this stuff is to do and talk about, like, we figured that we would drop an episode, and this may or may not get put on the regular podcast page. It may be like a little you know, haha funny that we pop on YouTube or pop on whatever it is that we pop it on. But that's why I didn't tell him whenever I started recording, because I didn't want him to know that I was recording what we were talking about, because we'd just be talking about dumb shit before the podcast. And when we do, a lot of times we're like, man, that was awesome. Like, we should have had that recorded.
Yeah, we should have had that.
Yeah, so that's why you're getting my sneezing fit. That's why you're getting all the random stupid shit that my kids and my dogs. Speaking of my dogs, let my dogs in. All the background noises and stuff. This is just like a Saturday morning at my house that you guys are just going to get to experience all of it. Jonah. My dogs, please.
Or toward the end of the podcast, usually when they start getting home.
Yeah, towards the end, if we've spent like an extra long time like talking, or if Chad had to go to the grocery store and didn't get back until 1 o'clock, and you know, but so you get to just experience it all. And I was talking to him. I was like, I'm just going to tell him embarrassing stories about myself, because basically you guys don't really know even who we are at this point. Like, we haven't. I'm sure you've heard me call him Pint, and I don't think he's said my name at all. But so you know about what we say and what we talk about, but you don't know who we are at all. So I was just going to tell you embarrassing stories about myself, because it's
well, I mean, I hardly use your name.
Nobody does.
I mean, like my friends, like when we're hanging out or whatever, I was like, I hardly ever use their name.
Yeah, because we're just talking. It's not like, hey, Daniel, how are you doing today, Daniel?
Unless I want to get your attention or something.
Yeah, like if I'm over here about to get hit by a bus. Speaking of, don't let your little sister take you to the Apple store when you're blind, because she will straight let you get hit by a car almost. Yeah.
How'd you almost get hit by a car going to the Apple store?
Well, so when the sun...
Did you all park over there in front of the grocery?
Yes,
and then walk
we had to, because there was no parking. Well, where I was having like laser surgery and injections and all this, on those days where I have that, like, and the sun hits me, I'm blind. I can't see nothing. Like, it's just complete whiteout, right? And I'm like, so I'm squinty, And I got my hat turned around backwards because I have a hat on to guard me from the sun, but like the idiot that I am, it's turned around backwards because that's how I've always worn my hat. So it's blind, and I'm just walking into traffic like I know where I'm headed. And she was like, "Hey, you should probably stop." And I'm like, "Huh?" And I look over, and I guard my eyes over, and I see a car like from here to that window from me. And I'm like, "Did I almost just get hit?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You were the worst blind seeing eye dog I've ever seen in my life." She's like, "Well, if it was a blind seeing eye dog, it wouldn't be very good anyway, would it?" I was like, "Yeah, probably about as good as you've been." Stupid. But yes, I was just going to tell you guys embarrassing stories about things that have happened to me in my past, like shitting in the floor at Walmart. That was always one of my greatest stories. That was like 12, 13 years ago now.
Well, I mean, if you're going to touch on it, you got to go through the whole
I
thing.
mean, maybe we should just let them try to guess what happened.
Try to guess what happened?
Yeah. You'll never guess. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, you got any embarrassing stories, Pint?
I don't know about embarrassing. I don't.
You never shit your pants in public?
No.
Really?
No.
Lucky you. I got a couple years on you. Once you get to 40, once you get past 40, your sphincter muscles just stop working correctly sometimes. To differentiate between a gas and a liquid and a solid just ain't there no more. It don't know the difference.
I don't have a lot of embarrassing stories because I don't know. It's hard to embarrass me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get super embarrassed usually, but I still this. The Walmart shit story is just, it's awful. It's horrendous. It is the worst. I don't wish that on anybody ever.
Yeah.
You don't know the story, do you? You know what a crave case is?
I don't remember.
No, you don't think you know it. I've only written it for a stand-up comedy bit that I have. Nobody
What,
some
the
people,
Walmart thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you've only done it for that, then no, I don't know it.
Yeah, I mean, I've told a couple people in passing.
I mean,
which is odd to say. Yeah, I was just talking to some people and I started talking about shitting in the floor at Walmart. Now, mind you, I didn't shit out in an aisle, right? It wasn't in an aisle somewhere. I was actively trying to get to the bathroom. So let's go back to the beginning.
So not in an aisle, but you were going to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
So you did it along the way.
Oh yes.
And you just had a trail.
No, not a trail, just one. Let's start back at the beginning. So, about 13 or 14 years ago, maybe more, maybe 15, who knows? I worked a lot of late nights at my shop, and when I left here, I was usually hungry because I'd eat dinner at 5 and then go to the shop and work until 10 or 11. On the weekends, it'd be 11, 12, who knows?
All right, so you have a shop. What
Yes.
kind of shop?
It's a body shop. I do paint work. I don't do much anymore because I'm blind. But I used to do a lot of paint work, and I still do for friends and people that don't want it to be perfect because, bitch, I can't see. But, so I was down here late. I called my wife at the time and my little sister, and I was like, "Hey, you guys, I'm hungry, and I've been dying for some White Castle." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, get a crave case. Get a crave case." And I'm like, "All right, bet." So I'm thinking a crave case, that's 30 burgers. There's 10 a piece, right?
Right.
We probably eat 8 a piece, 6 a piece, something 7, and then the rest will just go in the fridge and get heated back up the next day. All right.
You ate about 20 of them.
No, hold on, just chill. So I get home with a crave case from White Castles, and I walk in the door, and they're half asleep on the couch. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, probably 12:30, 1 o'clock in between that. And I'm like, "You better get y'all's asses up. We got 30 of these little cheeseburgers to eat." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're going to get up. We want some, blah, blah, blah." So my wife at the time ate 4. My little sister ate 6. Right?
Right.
So I'm like, "Dude, there is so many of these left. I think I can finish off the 20 that's here." So I'm 13 deep. Right?
Yep.
13 deep. And I'm like, I got more in me. I can get this. I eat 2 more. Right? I'm 15 deep. I'm like, bruh, I definitely can finish this off. I feel like I can finish it. I'm at 17. I'm like, man, there's only 3 more to go. I got this.
So now you got the bet in your head going on.
Oh, it's in my head and it's in my mind. They asleep on the couch. They done passed out, both of them, and I'm sitting here just killing these burgers. Well, and I like that Dumbledore mustard too. I put a pack on each burger. It's awful for you, probably.
What mustard?
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
I know that ain't what it's called, but that's what I call it.
Dumbledore mustard.
That's what I call it. The brown mustard. You get in the packets from the White Castle.
Okay.
It's called Dusseldorf, I think, but I don't care. It's Dumbledore.
Is that what it's really called?
It's called Dusseldorf. Yes, mustard. I don't know why. I didn't research it, but that's what I did. So I'm at 17.
Oh no, I just always use just mustard.
No, it's brown mustard though, right? You've got mustard at White Castle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's brown, right? It's weird.
Yeah,
It's not like yellow.
Yeah, it's weird, but
it's like stone ground. They leave the seeds in it. It's good mustard on them.
It's
burgers.
weird, but I didn't know it had an actual name. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, it says it on the packet, bro.
Yeah, like I'm gonna grab a mustard pack and go, oh, what's this
You
called?
don't ever check the package before you open it and put it on your burger.
No, I do this. I open it a little bit,
Taste
get
it.
a little bit, taste it, and I'm like, oh, that tastes good.
Tastes
Come
like
from
mustard.
White Castle,
Okay,
so I just use that.
Okay, I'm with it. I get it.
So you on this couch?
I'm on this couch. No, I'm in my chair because I got a recliner.
Oh, you in the
I'm
chair.
in my chair. They on the couch asleep.
They on the
section.
couch.
They passed out. We were watching a movie or TV show or something. So I get 17 and a half, and I'm just done. Like, I hit a brick wall, and I just said, no, I'm out, man. I can't do this. I tried. I was hopeful.
So now you're sitting there like Thanksgiving turkey.
Oh, I'm stuffed,
Yeah,
dude.
Thanksgiving turkey
I'm
stuff.
sick stuffed. Well, I sit there in my recliner, and I polish off my Big Red, because if you get White Castle and you don't get a damn Big Red with it, what are you thinking?
Big Red what?
Big Red soda. Big Red cream soda. Big Red. You never had a
What?
Big Red?
I don't do Big Red.
Oh, bruh. With White Castle, it's a staple. It's a must-have. They got it on the tap.
Well, I never did that. No.
Okay, well, that's what I always did, is the Big Red. Anyway.
I don't know which one they have because I always, I always like Sprite, root beer, something like that. Maybe if they ain't got any of that, Pepsi or Cola.
So they got the shitty Freestyle Coke machine that makes all Coke products taste like a butthole. That's what they got at White Castle now here in Lexington, the one on Reynolds Road.
Well, I mean, I don't do pop now, so
Yeah, but anyway, it's doo-doo. So anyway, let's go to White Castle.
Mountain Dew, man.
I don't like Mountain Dew.
I used to
I
love
like Diet
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
My ex got me on that. But anyway, okay, so we're in the chair. You're Thanksgiving turkey.
I'm a Thanksgiving turkey. I pass out. I know that tomorrow my wife has the plans to do a baby shower, right? She's setting up everything for a baby shower. She's going to get the food. She's going to cut the sharky tray up, the veggie tray. She's going to do all that. We're going to the Walmart store to get all this stuff.
Oh, I like veggie
for a
trays.
baby shower. Oh, me too. With the ranch dip, and she made the homemade ranch dip.
And the
Right,
baby carrots.
Oh, baby carrots.
Yeah.
The little tomatoes, little red.
I don't like tomatoes.
I don't either, but I'd eat them with that ranch because you just
No,
dip.
I don't do
you
that.
Hold the tomato with 2 fingers and dip fingers and all in up to the knuckles, and then you know what I'm saying.
I don't do that, but I do the cauliflower.
Oh, I do. I love cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts.
And then if you do the celery.
I don't fuck with celery. I don't like the
celery.
I don't like the strings in it. The texture. I like the taste. It's okay. I like.
So you take the celery, you do some beer cheese, and then you do the dip.
Yeah, I love beer cheese.
Yeah, if you do the celery,
Smear. And you know what else I like on celery? If I'm gonna eat celery, I like it with peanut butter. But I can eat peanut butter just with a spoon.
Peanut butter's good.
That's one of my favorite things. Like apple cut up with peanut butter. Yeah. Look, we bunny trailing, and I'm trying to tell the doo-doo story.
Well,
okay,
this is how we always do. We go off all the time.
I know, but just hold back. Where was we at? Oh, we at the Walmart store.
We at the Walmart.
With the Walmart store. I didn't eat no breakfast because I had almost 20 damn burgers for midnight snack the night before. So right. I woke up. I wasn't hungry, but it had digested. I didn't feel like a Thanksgiving turkey no more. I felt like Chad. I was all right. I was good. We'll eat lunch. We'll have a good lunch. We'll have veggie tray and some sharky board, and we'll have all them good shits.
Sharky board.
Where they chop up the meats and the cheeses. The sharky board. I can't say the other word. Don't you even try to tell me how to say it because I'm going to mess it up 1,000 times. So it's a sharky board.
Sharky board.
That's what it's called. Because one time I seen one of the boards. I seen one of the boards that had a little shark on it. I was like, oh man, that's cool. It's a Sharky board from now on. That's what it is.
So the meat tray is a
meat tray. They call it charcuterie or something. I don't know. I can't say it right. Charcuterie. Charcuter. I don't know.
All right. Sharky board.
Sharky board.
So
that's
that
what
way
we call
we know
it.
what you're talking about.
It's
now.
a meat tray with all the meats and cheeses. So we in the Walmart and she's picking up the cupcakes, like the cake and the cupcakes, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, look, I gotta bleep that one out. She's picking up the cupcakes or the cake or whatever it was, and his little bees, they's cute. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm walking around and my stomach start going. I'm like, ooh man, I think I got fart. You know, and I'm the world's worst for crop dusting a alleyway in the grocery store. You know, just dang, babe, why'd you do that? That's gross. Yeah, I'm blaming on I'm blaming on the kids, the dog, whatever. I'm blaming on the package of diapers that's on the shelf. What the hell? Somebody put a dirty diaper back in this. It smells like a dirty diaper. Anyway, so I'm walking around and I start sweating. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? And I'm not thinking about last night's fiasco, right? I ain't thinking about 17 and a half White Castle cheeseburgers that's made with liver. You know, they're made with beef liver, and beef liver make you doo-doo like nobody business.
No, I used to love White Castle.
Okay, so mind you, at 5 o'clock that day before the incident with the White Castle crave case that I tried to destroy, I had my mom's homemade spaghetti, right? And my mom, when she makes spaghetti, my dad didn't eat mushrooms, but me and her would get one of them little cans of mushrooms, and she would saute them. Like
I love mushrooms,
the cans, like the metal cans.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Where she'd saute them in a little butter, and then me and her would get our sketty, and we put our mushrooms on top of it, and then, what's that?
Parmesan?
Yeah, but I always call it cardboard cheese. Because it smelled like a cardboard box. Cardboard cheese. It's the one you said.
Yeah.
Parmesan. That one. We Parmesan on top of that bad boy, and then, you know, it was good. Mama's homemade. Anyway, that's what I had for dinner. And then for my second dinner, because I was a fat ass. I'm still a fat ass, but I was a big fat ass then. I was probably 400 pounds. I had my 17 and a half White Castle. So I'm walking through the store like, and I start sweating. And you know, when you start sweating, I don't sweat out of my armpits and shit. Like, it's a rarity because I wear antiperspirant.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't rock. I can't be stinky because you can't be fat, ugly, bald, and stinky. You got to take one away. One of them got to go.
One of
them. So I ain't never stinky. I'm very self-conscious about being stinky. And I can't be having no stank-ass breath. Anyway. So I'm just dying inside the store. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. And she's like, just go to the bathroom. It ain't that big a deal. And I don't like shitting in public at all.
I get that.
I'm afraid the crab's gonna jump on my nutsack. I'm afraid bad things is finna happen. And I'm like, man. And it ain't about people being in there because people poop. That's what we do. You gotta poop. You eat. You poop. I mean, it ain't no big deal. It ain't like. But I ain't a germaphobe. Like I don't care about none of that. But I'm just scared. I don't like pooping in public. I never have. So I'm trying to walk through this store and hold it off. So we started over in the bakery section. And if you know anything about the Walmarts, the bakery section right up front when you walk through the door, we make it to the chip aisle. And I'm still dying inside, okay? The chip aisle all the way across the damn store from the bakery section, right? Yep. So I'm talking 3/4 of the way to the other side of the wall. I done walked sweating. My ass crack is sweating. I'm dying inside. And I'm trying to hold this back. Finally, I know that if I don't go, I'm finna go. So I stop at the chip aisle and I let one squeak by, just a little one, just gambling.
Well, you knew that was a bad idea.
Oh no, it was fine. It got out and a little bit of relief. I said, all right, I can go. But you know how you have to stop and clench all up. And you're standing there reading the chip bag, and old ladies is standing around looking at shit, and you're just scared it's gonna be loud or wet or something bad, and you just standing there like, and you're praying that you don't drop a loaf right here in the floor. Well, it dissipated, like it went away after I let the little out, and I was like, I can make it, and I was probably less than a football field away from the bathroom. Right? So I'm walking. I ain't walking fast because I'm scared. Because I'm clenched up. My whole body cramped into don't let it out. Just don't let him out. And I'm clenched up, and I get to the medicine aisle, right? In the medicine aisle, you walk up to it, and to the left, you got the women's bathroom and the men's bathroom. It's the same opening. You go in, left, right, and you're in the women's. You go in, right, left, you're in the men's, right? They connected. Right. It's just easier that way.
Right.
So I get to the door, and I'm telling you, I guarantee you, I left a trail of sweat drippings. Not doo-doo drippings. I left the sweat drippings from the beginning of the meat section through the chip aisle, across the freezer section, across the medicine aisles, and up to the bathroom door. I stepped 2 feet inside the bathroom. I went in. I went to the right. I stepped 2 steps into the left. And I'm talking about when you first step in and you can see the urinals on the right, and then behind the urinals is all the real toilets, right? I can't make it. And I'm not shitting my pants, dog. So I just pulled my pants down, bent over, and pushed as hard as I could. I shit from that doorway to the back wall.
Damn.
And that's not a joke. And I was literally freaking out because here I am. I'm not done. I just get the first push of it out, right? So I still got to dance through my doo-doo to a toilet to sit down to finish and wipe. Right? Right? So I go in and I'm in there and I'm like, it's just destroying this toilet. Like they should have set that bitch on fire when I got done. Well, I'm done. I get up, I wipe like 73 times and still feel dirty. And then I go and I wash my hands 14 times. I'm standing there probably 3 minutes just scrubbing these from elbow up, right? Because I'm just like, ugh. Well, then I dance over my own doo-doo out the door. Because what I'm going to do, go up there and tell them I shit they floor full? I can't do it, dog. I'm too embarrassed. So I step out and I walk into the medicine aisle knowing good and well that I just destroyed the bathroom. Well, what's a man to do? I was like, oh, man. I seen this little old man, dog, in a Walmart shirt, right?
I'm about to die.
Chill out. I saw this little old man in a Walmart shirt, and I said, nah, please. Please, but me being the curious person I am, I got to step back. I got to step back and watch and see, because I can't. I got to see what happens.
Now you gonna watch?
I got to see what happens.
Well,
So I'm standing there, and I'm looking at whatever I'm looking at. Might be herpes medication. I don't know what it was, but I was acting. I was pretending real good. This old man, he walked in. He goes, "What the hell?" And I just lost it. I started like, I wasn't crying, but I was crying a little bit because I felt so bad because somebody finna clean that up. The worst part about that whole situation is, as I was walking out, dancing over my doo-doo, I looked down and there it is, a slice of mushroom. I ain't playing. And I was like, what in the hell? Did I not chew it? Like, it come out all the way. It was it would look like it come off a piece of pizza, but it was covered in doo-doo. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen or been a part of in my entire existence. And I still feel bad for that.
And you want to know the funniest thing?
I ain't never been back in that Walmart.
You want to know the funniest thing about that whole thing?
You know it's true.
Well, not only that, but but you went over to look at something so that way you can see the reaction of a guy going in.
But it was a Kroger employee, and I knew he was finna have to clean it up. And I felt real bad about it. But all they could do is get a water hose and push it. I hope it went down the drain. I mean, it was all liquid.
I mean, that's...
Except the mushroom slice. They might have had to scoop that up.
That's kind of like a pyro, but for poop.
Yeah. I'm going to poop pyro, dog.
like I don't know what you call that.
You call that a bad
A poo-ro?
That ain't... Okay, so then I go back to my wife. And she's...
Oh, this ain't the end of it.
Oh, no. I wish it was. I mean, it was the end of Walmart getting shit up. The end. I go back, and I'm shaking. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so upset about what I just did and didn't tell nobody. I'm shaking, and I go, hey, I need the car keys. What do you need a car key? I gotta leave. What do you mean you gotta leave? I gotta get out of here. They got me on video shitting this floor full. She goes, what? I go, I just shit in the floor at the Walmart store. And she goes, no, you didn't. I go, I swear to God, give me the fucking keys because I've got to get out of here before they take me to jail or something. Just give me the goddamn keys. And I get the keys, and she's like, just go sit in the car and wait. And I go, I'm not just sitting in the driveway for them to come and get me there. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I'll be at Burger King. Call me whenever you get done. So I drive down to Burger King, and I'm sitting in the parking lot listening to music, smoking, whatever, vaping, whatever I was doing at the time. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, oh, my God, what did I just do? And then it hits me again. It hits me again, but this time it hits harder. You know I got no time to gamble on, I can hold this in till I get home. Nah, Burger King getting the wrath of White Castle, right? And this is the ghettoest, dirtiest Burger King on the planet, dog. Like, it's nasty. But I can't help it. So I go into the Burger King, and I take the right, and I go right back to the bathroom, and I destroy that bitch for about 15 minutes. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, what else is inside of this body? Because I don't know what else could be inside of this body. It was bad. Then I went back to the car, washed my hands 11 times. I wasn't embarrassed in there as a one-person dumper. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
One doo-doo, one person doo-dooing or peeing at a time. Unless you got a real close homeboy and there's a urinal and a pot. Then y'all take turns peeing and whatever needs to be done. But boy, I tell you what, that was a rough day. A rough day for the insides. I ain't never been back to that Walmart, not once. Never. Because I'm afraid they got a picture of me up there on the board that says, do not let this sumbitch in here. And then do not let him use the bathroom.
They got a picture of a doo-doo guy.
Yeah.
Doo-doo guy.
The mushroom stain. Something. But yes, it was awful, man. It was absolutely awful. And I felt terrible about it. But it was out of my control.
Yeah, you felt terrible about it, but you watched the dude go in there. Like,
that can't help that part. That's just who I am.
I mean that right there. I was just like,
that's just who I am.
Like, out of the whole story, like the whole story's hilarious.
That was the worst part.
But like the whole thing, I'm sitting here, I'm like, and he's just sitting here watching this guy.
No, I stopped on purpose. I seen him out of the corner of my eye when I come out.
That's what I'm saying. You sitting here,
so
just watching this.
When
guy.
you come out of the bathrooms, if you look up, you can see all the way back to the meat.
Right.
Or I think it was the dairy.
And you seen this guy coming all the way.
And I seen this guy
down.
as I come out. I seen him coming down the aisle, and I was like, I know. I said, no, he ain't going to the bathroom. He ain't going to the bathroom. But I didn't want him to think nothing about me being there. He didn't see me. I don't think he didn't say nothing because he come back out and went, oh, what the hell? He come back out and see me standing there, and I looked at him like, huh?
Oh, so you sitting there trying to play it off?
Trying to act like boy, if there was a Grammy for acting like you didn't shit at the floor, I just won it. You know what I'm saying? And, so I just stood there and was like, but that was awful, man. And wasn't nothing I could do. I wasn't shitting in my pants. Like, I wasn't doing it. At the time, I was only like 33, 34.
You going to get a comment on this thing?
No.
You're going to get a comment on this, and they're going to be like,
I don't care.
So you're the guy.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
You're the guy.
I would just apologize over and over and over and be like, look, man, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. But I can't imagine what would it look like if I'd have shit that much in my pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have went everywhere anyway. Then it would have been out in the alleyway, out in the aisles, and everybody would have had to deal with it. So I took my gamble on going and shitting in the men's bathroom floor. I couldn't help it. Now, I'm sure you ain't got nothing to compare to that when it comes to embarrassing, but you probably got some shit, don't you?
Well, I mean, I don't. Like I said, I don't do much embarrassing. Like, not a lot embarrasses me.
You want another embarrassing story about Chad? Because I give you one.
Like, so, like if we doing the doo-doo thing, I mean, the worst that I've had with the doo-doo is I've been in there, and I don't like public restrooms either.
You shit on the back of the wall, didn't you?
No, dude.
I done that before.
So, White Castle, I've done the White Castle, and man, that stuff, like, it hits me so hard. You know how it hits you so hard it hurts, and like you doubled over.
I know all about it.
Man, we had So it was Taco Bell week, White Castle, you know, just all
the stuff that destroys your insides.
everything.
Nice.
Man, I'm sitting there. And this was when I was working, third shift. So we're sitting there working. And I'm like, you just feel this like, it's like, man, I got so much gas. Like, I just need to let one out. Then it hits even harder, and it's like, oh, doubling over. I'm sitting there working, and I'm almost doubled over in the floor. Like, oh my gosh, this is just awful. So I go bathroom, and I'm in there for a little bit. And somebody comes in. I don't know if they're checking on me or they go and use the restroom, and all I hear is, oh my gosh, and like you hear them at the door, like they barely opened the door. And you just hear it slam shut. I mean, that's. And then when I walked out, like you see the person up front, and they're just kind of looking at you. I'm like, oh yeah,
I just killed that bad.
I did that.
So what about school? Did you have any embarrassing moments at school?
At school?
Yeah, no, nothing.
Not really.
All right, I'm gonna take you back to 6th grade. You ready for this one? So I didn't get to drink a lot of pop whenever I was a little kid. I did when I was little, but when I got older, I was probably Jonah's age, so I was in 6th grade, and we took a field trip to see a movie, right? So my mom gave me money to get food and drinks at the movie. So my 12-year-old ass got a giant cherry Coke. Because I didn't get cherry Coke very often. I didn't get no Cokes. My dad would shit a chicken if I drank his Pepsis. He'd be mad. So they had cherry Coke on tap at the Dollar Theater. Well, I got the biggest one they had. And I refilled that bitch 3 times during the movie. Right? Because this is a movie that I didn't really care about. But it was a good movie. So we on the school bus. We get back to the school. Right? We get back to the school and I'm wearing khakis.
Well, you mean that pop was good because you wasn't watching no movie getting 3 refills.
Yeah, well, I drank it pretty fast. But we get back to school and I'm wearing khakis, right? You know why you can't wear khakis? Because you piss your pants and you're going to show everybody, right?
Well, you're going to show everybody anyway.
Yeah, I know, but it's worse. It's worse than khakis. It's worse.
The only ones that you're going to wear that you ain't going to really show is black.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Black pants.
I was wearing khakis. And it's my favorite khaki.
Yeah.
So we get back to the school and the school's locked. Right? The school's locked and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta pee so bad.
Why's the school locked?
Because it was like 5:30. Because we come back from the movie and it was late. Right? Because the movie.
Yeah, but if you're on a field trip, they leave that.
Nope,
they leave that
not
open.
back then. Come on, this is the 90s, homie. We ain't in the 90s.
Yeah, back then they used to leave it open.
No, not East Middle School. No, it didn't.
I didn't go to East.
It didn't was open. Okay. So I am standing next to the bushes out front, and I'm like, I'm just gonna piss in these bushes. I'll be all right. I can piss in these bushes. I'll be fine. I can do it. Ain't nobody around. So I start pissing in the bushes, and I'm like, oh. And if you ever drank a lot of liquids in a short amount of time, you know that it takes a minute to get it all
You
out.
can be there a while.
So
Like, do the same thing if you hold it for a while.
I had a crush on this little blonde haired girl, right? Little bitty, short, cheerleader, blonde haired girl.
Yeah.
And I had a crush on her. Everybody knew. Everybody, I talked about her all the time. I was like, man, you know, whatever. So I'm standing there taking a piss. And it's in like the first 8 seconds of starting. She walks up. Hey, Chad. So I just put him away. But he don't stop. He don't stop at all. I'm talking, I pissed my shoes full. Right? And I'm like, hi, Megan. And of course, my mom, as usual, per my mom, she was late.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there in my cold piss now, in the bushes. I'm standing in the bushes, okay? I'm in the bush.
Because you're trying to hide it.
Because I'm trying to hide this piss stain that goes from my pee-pee.
From this little girl
yes,
that's trying
and
to talk to you.
No, she's still standing there fucking talking to me.
Oh, she's still there
She's
talking.
still standing there talking to me, okay? And it's 4 or 5. My piss is cold on me now. Okay? And she's still standing there talking to me. And I'm like, yep, that's a great thing. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Nope, I'm not going to the basketball game tomorrow. Nope. I don't know if they play tomorrow. Nope, I'm not going to be playing in pep band tomorrow. Nope, I ain't going, but I wish you would fucking go. I wish you would go so you don't see me standing here in my piss pants. So my mom, mind you, I'm a little fat chubby fuck, right? 6th grade, I was wearing a size 40 in pants.
Yeah.
Right? My mom pulls up, honk the horn. You never seen a fat man move so fast out of a set of bushes into the van, crying like a bitch. Bye. You know, I told her bye. And I got in the van. My mom goes, "What in the hell is wrong with you, boy?" And I said, "I pissed my pants." And she's like, "Oh, God, you did piss your pants. That's a lot." I was like, "Thanks, Mom." You know, 6th grader shit. Yeah, so that's another good awkward-ass story.
Nah, like anything like that, man, I just whipped it out.
Yeah, well, so did I, until I got embarrassed because there was a girl that walked by.
I mean, I didn't care.
Yeah, it'd be different if she just walked by and kept going. I'd have been fine.
I mean,
but she walked over to me.
I've sat there and talked to people why.
No, I can't.
I'm like, I don't care.
In 6th grade, bitch, you lying.
I didn't care.
I do and did. I don't know more, but I did.
I mean, that kind of thing. Yeah, I just didn't care.
It don't even bother you, huh?
No.
It do me. It still do me.
No. I mean, you know, we'd be in the neighborhood and I'd just whip it out and beat.
Yeah, well, I got in trouble for that in Powell County while I was drunk one night. So I don't do that. Well, this was after that, though. Yeah, I almost got arrested. Had they not knew my family there, I would have got arrested because I was peeing on a sign in front of and don't mind you, I was drunk. I was peeing on an apartment complex sign with all the lights. And whoo, and I was like, just standing there all drunk and shit.
Well, I'm not saying I'm just out in the open, you know.
I didn't know what was going on.
I mean, I'm gonna find a bush or something.
I smoked some of that tight stick and was drinking, I don't know what, probably hooch of some sort.
I'll go behind a tree, you know, go behind a bush. I mean, but
typically
like,
I would do that typically.
Like if I gotta go, I gotta go. So I mean,
I get it. But oh, by the way, shit, I done knocked the mic away. By the way, I'm Chad, and this is Daniel, aka Pint. Nice to meet you guys. Since you know that I shit in the floor at Walmart one time now, I guess you should know my name.
Well, I mean, didn't we say the name in the first episode?
I don't remember. No, we took all that out. Remember?
Yeah, we took that out
because we were like, we
just wanted to start it.
We'll figure this out later. Yeah, and we did. Even though we didn't, we just keep starting each episode the same way.
Then I forgot about it.
Yeah, I didn't forget about it. I just didn't want to do it. I don't care if these people know who I am because I just want them to take the information we give them and take the advice we give them and use it to benefit themselves.
Well, maybe the advice will help them.
Yeah, I hope so because just talking about it's helped me.
I mean, it's stuff that I do that helps me. So,
and if anybody knows anything about me, they don't. But my friends, my close friends, know that I'm going through a bunch of bullshit again right now. So my mental health has been in the decline for the last, I don't know, week or so. So this has helped me tremendously to just be able to get out of my own head and talk about the things that bother me.
Yeah.
Or talk about shitting in the floor at Walmart. That makes me feel good to make this dude over here laughing so hard he has to step away from the mic so he doesn't like yell and scream and yelp in it.
Oh, I was there for a minute. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, you actually said that. I don't know if they're going to pick that up. You're like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
I mean, it was just the way you told it. It's hilarious.
Well, I mean, the thing is the intensity of how that happened. Like, it still haunts me, and I'm still afraid. I can't shit at Walmart still, any of them, just because I'm like bum 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 bum, shit the floor. You know, like I can't. It's hard to do. But
yeah, like embarrassing. Like I said, I don't get embarrassed a lot. Like I've done some dumb things, but I just
okay. Well, give us one of your dumb things.
So I'm not embarrassed.
Because then maybe I'll be embarrassed for you and be like, what? That's what you did? That's wild. They're like, why would you do that? And why are you not embarrassed about doing that? I'm going to have to get something to drink because I'm thirsty as hell.
I'm always thirsty.
All this talking, I feel like I got cat shit in my mouth. You ever feel like that? It's like back whenever you used to smoke weed, the cotton mouth would get so bad. Your tongue.
I don't know about cat shit, but
tongue on the top of your mouth.
Like it's like a desert.
Felt like a cat's tongue on the top of my mouth, on my roof of my mouth.
Well, I mean, that would be different than cat shit.
Yeah, but I just imagine dry ass cat turd. You ever heard somebody talk?
Like, why would you imagine that though,
dude?
That is like the weirdest thing to imagine.
Look, everybody knows I'm a little autistic.
Like, say
it's undiagnosed.
Like if I get like cotton mouth, I think of cotton in my mouth, or it's like a Sahara desert.
You know, I never even
think of a desert.
You just said cotton mouth, right?
Right.
And you said it. I imagine cotton in my mouth.
Yes.
You know, I was 41 years old when I realized that that's what cotton mouth means.
What?
Cotton in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear, just now. I was like, oh, epiphany. Tell me I'm not dumb. Yeah.
Well, someone was talking to me about a cotton mouth. They were talking about a snake. I thought they meant they had cotton mouth.
That's dumb too. Look, we're on the same wavelength of dumb. I ain't mad at it.
Like, I mean, seriously, like the whole time they were talking, and I was like, this don't make sense. Because I'm thinking,
they got cotton mouth.
They got cotton mouth. And
that's also a pothead mentality for me. Because when I think cotton mouth, all I think is, oh yeah, you need a Sprite. Because ain't nothing on this planet to me that quench your thirst.
And then
when you're high and got cotton mouth, nothing quench your thirst like a Sprite.
But then I sit here and I look at them and I go, just drink something.
Sprite's crispy.
And they're like, huh? And they talking about a dang snake.
Yeah, that would be embarrassing for me too.
Like, say, that don't embarrass me. That's just me having a dumb moment. Like, I just...
You know, that's what my life is. A series of dumb moments.
It's just...
For serious. That's all... as far as I can look back, my life has been nothing but a series of dumb moments. Maybe I need to write a book about that. The series of dumb moments. I mean, that's copyright pending. Okay, you keep y'all stay away from that title. I need to look that up because that's what I need. I need to write a book about my series of dumb moments. You ever called somebody by the wrong name, walk up to them, hey man, and you think it's who it is, and then you realize about, I don't know, 15 seconds in that you're sitting here having a conversation with somebody that you thought you knew, and it ain't nobody you knew. It's a damn dash stranger, and you're like, hey man, oh shit, you ain't Mike, are you? Never been Mike.
I've had people do that to me.
That's embarrassing to me, because I'm like, damn, I know I ain't got no memory really, but I thought I knew faces.
And I tell you what, I played into it.
Did you?
Oh man, like they talking about doing this thing. I be like, man, I know. Like, I can't believe we did that. I like, you remember so and so was there? What? So and so, you remember so and so? And they're like, oh yeah. And they were talking about somebody. So I was like, man, can you believe that?
That's wild.
And like, I just kept going on and on. And they're
I
like,
do that with phone calls.
And
I've had people call me and be like, hey, what you doing? I'll be like, I'm sitting here on my couch scratching my balls. What you doing? And they're like, huh? I'm like, you heard what I said? My balls itch. I just shaved them. What's the problem is? You called me talking about it. Like, you want to know what I'm really doing? Would you rather me just say I'm just sitting on the couch? I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing. Or somebody will call me and I'll be talking to them on the phone and then I have to drop a deuce and then they'll hear and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking a shit. You shouldn't have asked. You didn't want to know.
But like, I mean, I went on, just went on. Like, dude, we sat there and we talked, I'd say about 15 minutes.
I do that with random strangers I don't know just to be talking with people in stores.
I mean, they were talking to me and like they acted like they knew me.
Yeah. Maybe it's a person like me that just was talking.
And then, so I acted like I knew them and like just went on with everything and like
did it make your day worse or better?
Like, I was in a scenario that, you know, I've never been in. I don't even know this person. Like,
that's okay.
Like, we went out as buds.
Was it a good time though? Was it a good experience?
Like, me and that dude were tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
did you get his number and be like, hey man, let's hang out?
We didn't even know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I would have been like, hey, man, you
And he's
cool
like,
shit.
and he's like, man, gotta get back to the family. You know,
I met a fellow.
I was like, good catching up with you, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we got to catch up more often. He's like, yeah, man. And I was
I
like,
bet he messaged whoever he thought whoever he thought you were and was like, hey, man, you want to go get a beer? And that guy was like, what the fuck? I ain't talked to you in 15 years.
yeah. So I was like, just hit me up, man. So, like, I mean, I could have been that guy that got them talking again.
Hey, you was in a good place when you left, right?
I mean, it was when we were standing
No, I'm
there
talking about you. Like, you felt good about the conversation you had with some random stranger.
I mean, I always feel good.
Yeah, okay.
talking
So
around people.
there you go. It was a good day for both y'all then. And then maybe the guy that he thought you was having a bad day, and then the guy said, hey, man, you told me to hit you up. Let's go get a beer. You might have made his bad day good.
I mean, that's what I look at.
You never know. See, fate is a weird thing, man. I believe in. You believe in fate?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of wishy-washy on that.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I believe in fate. I'm a big fate guy. I'm optimistic, though. Like, I'm real optimistic about everything.
Because this is how I look at it, right? Fate. So if you fated to do something, that means that you can't veer off.
No, but you can always veer off. See, you're looking at it wrong. I'm talking about.
But that's what fate is. Fate means that you're gonna be doing something.
No, but fate's different for everybody apparently. Because to me, I'm talking about like you meet somebody, and you're like, damn, I don't know who that is, but they cool as shit.
Yeah, but if you fated to meet them, then you're fated to do everything. There's the big fate. So like, right?
Look, man, don't be getting this 10 full shit out again.
This ain't tenfold. This is.
Is this pint?
This
is this a pint? Is this a pint original?
I mean, it might be. I don't know. This is just how I look
so
at it.
I'm saying you didn't read this on a damn bunny trail one day.
I mean,
this is just how you figured it out in your head.
I don't think so. This is what I think.
Okay. Well, I'm just checking because if so, I need to read up on this shit because maybe it'll change my mind too.
But like I look at it as, everybody says fate, and if you fated to do something, that means everything's kind of planned out.
Yeah. Well, I agree that it is.
Right. So if you think everything's planned out, then that actually means that you don't have any free will.
Well, I get that, but here's the thing.
But
about free will.
I believe in free will. So if I decide that I don't want to do something, then I don't have to do it. But if it's fate to me would mean that, hey, no matter what I decide, we're still going to end up at the same place.
Well, no, I don't.
Or it's predetermined that I'm going to choose a certain way because that is fate.
No, but here's the thing. I think that there are options. So you don't believe that there's just one highway to every place, right? Do you think there's one highway to get to one place? Like it's just one road there and back. That's all you got.
I believe in free will, which means I can choose whatever.
Okay, I can go to Lexington.
So my roads can have 15,000 little turnoffs.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying though. I can go to Lexington from right here 15 different ways if I want to. What I'm saying is I still can go out this driveway, take a left, take a right.
15 ways.
There's 15 ways to get to Lexington from right here where you're at. I can show you on my phone. There's 15. I counted them.
Really?
No, there probably ain't 15, but there's
I
a bunch.
thought there was like 4.
No, there's more than that because you ain't thinking about going backwards. You're thinking about going straight to Lexington. I'm talking about we can go through Danville, go to Lexington.
Well, I mean, why would you go to Danville?
It don't matter if you
like
would.
you're going to go scenic route.
It's the same, maybe, but it's the same way with fate. Fate brings you to a point, and then from that point you have all these options, right? Fate can bring you to this point in your life, and then you can go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and you may end up right back to the spot where you're supposed to be anyway. But on the travels, you might get there a different way. You get what I'm saying? But fate, to me, and it's different for everybody, is where you go this way, and you might have some loop-de-loops over here, but you can go straight this way and get there. Or you can go over here, and you can take turns and twists and turns. You got to stop here, and you got to stop here, and you got to stop over here, and then damn, you finally got over here. Damn, 3 years later, bitch, you taking your damn sweet ass time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but see,
even though you go through all that shit to get right here, you could have just went straight to that because you decided to make it your own way. If y'all can see me, y'all make fun of me, but I don't give a shit. You go your own way. You got to stop for fucking 2 years.
He's sitting here waving his arms in the air. He's actually drawing it.
So that's what I'm saying. But to me, I'm always going to end up right here. And the thing is I decide what's right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if it's
that's the free will I'm talking about.
But if it's fate, you're fated to do certain things. You're fated to already make the decisions.
It ain't about where you go. It's about how you get there.
Yeah, but you're already fated to do it.
Okay, you don't know if you are or if you ain't. But I think God's got a plan for me.
But I mean, I don't think the fate. I believe in free will. So I mean, so there's no road set. There's no end point set. I choose.
So it's your life is a choose your own adventure book.
I choose.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
choose
that.
how to live. I choose what to do. I choose which roads I take. Now,
You do.
I do think.
But you're gonna run into shit on the way that was already planned out.
I
Before you made any
do
decisions.
think that there's certain things that I'm supposed to do, but whether I do them or not
is up to you. And that's I agree with that. But what I'm saying is that there's things that, and there may be 10 different things that's planned out for you.
and you might call
me or whatever.
You might call that fate.
I do.
I mean, that might be part of the fate going through, and I get to choose whether I go on the fate line or not.
Yep.
But I believe in free will.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that part. But
So-
what I'm saying is,
So, like, when someone starts talking about fate, I'm like, because I'm all free will.
yeah. Well, I'm an optimistic person, and I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking to you, having this conversation after all the bullshit I went through, if it wasn't supposed to be something for me on the other side. Because you know the whole ass story. You've been here a long time.
But I do think things do happen for a reason.
Absolutely, they do. Every single time.
Now, whether it's fated or not, I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's determined on how you get to where you're going and whether you change that path or not.
Because, I mean, I look at things like this. Like, I think about this. Like, if... I don't remember. We started talking a long time ago, right?
About doing the podcast or just hanging out?
No, just hanging out. Like when we first met.
It's almost 10 years now.
Like I don't even remember. But anyway, like if I think about that. Like what if we didn't actually start talking or meet up,
playing games
and I was like, think about how much of your life, my life, your life
would have been different.
Would have been different. And it starts off from you, and it's a ripple effect.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. But it's still. I feel like, and something, I mean, you think about it. You haven't read my book, right? I don't think I've sent that to you. I started that book so long ago for this exact purpose, dude. For this exact purpose. What we're doing right now with this podcast is why I started that book. I started that book for my dad because my dad was a mess. He was depressed. He was antisocial. He was an asshole. He was all the above. I started that book. I started writing that book for him. And he never got to read it, obviously, because he died. But that was a men's mental health issue probably 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
Right. Like, so when I came up with the idea to do this, the reason I did was because of how much... what do you call it?
Stigma?
No, not stigma. How much men are going through right now?
I'm not editing any of this, just so you know.
And then
I want this to be raw. I want everybody to hear that this is how we talk. Like when we're just having a deep conversation, this is how we associate with each other.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like all the pauses. Like I'm not editing shit.
And then like, cause I sit here and think.
Yeah, and that's just part of life.
I do.
Because you want to get right what you're trying to say.
I want to get right the words that I'm looking for because words have meaning. Words are power. Like in my opinion. But like I've watched. I do a lot of YouTube, and then I
hate the commercials, man. I ain't paying $60.
I hate all that stuff. They just keep getting more expensive.
It's insane.
And then I got into self-improvement because I wanted to improve myself and get better at doing stuff, improve my life, all that stuff. And how hard it's become because the modern man's different than the other, right? So I wanted to do a podcast on it and like mental health, like when I was looking into everything, like that was the problem. that was like a big issue and everything. And I sat in there and I was like, because I was like, I don't really want to do a podcast on my own. And like, I'm not real good with audio and stuff. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, I know who would be real good at that. And he likes doing podcasts. He's done a podcast before. And then I told you what I wanted to do it on, and you're like, oh, man. I was like,
yeah, it's because
like you ended up being just the person I was looking for. So
after we get done with this, I'm going to get this, while I'm bullshitting, read that. That's something I wrote yesterday. I write a lot. I write a lot for my own mental health because I have to get my words and my feelings out on paper, which I don't use paper because this house would be full of paper of edits and bullshit. But anyway, I write a lot, and I started writing a book years and years and years ago, and it ended up evolving into a book that, in the darkest part of my life, I went back and I started, because when I write it, I read it to edit a little bit, but I never went back and read it. So I went back and started reading some of what I wrote because I was going to keep writing the book more and more and more in the darkest part of my life. And that book that I wrote for somebody else to help somebody else helped me more than I think it would have ever helped anyone else.
I read some of it. I won't be able to read it all.
Because you're a slow-ass reader.
Well, I'm slow. I'm very slow at reading, but also where we're talking.
Yeah. But anyway, so you're not going to be able to read this book. You're going to have to sit down and like spend time because it's like 17 typed pages.
Well, just send it to me and I'll read it.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm looking for it. But anyway.
It'll just take me a little bit. Like 17 pages, that ain't too bad. Like, my problem is sitting down like and reading stuff I don't care about.
Yeah.
That's one reason I never liked reading in school.
Yeah, and I mean, I've always loved reading, but I've always liked to be able to get out of the situation that I was in. You know what I'm saying? And be able to immerse myself in something. I think that's why I like video games so much, because I've always wanted to be in a different situation at times with my head, like my headspace and my mental health. Like I've always wanted to be somewhere else. Not all the time, but sometimes I get to where I get into a shit spot and I want to get out of my own head.
See, like video games, I just like the immersive worlds.
Well, yeah, I like that too, but I just get out of this one for me.
Well, I don't do it to get out of this world. I do it because it's a new world. I can explore it. I can do, experience all these new things. And like I get into it so much, and like a lot of y'all say I don't talk, but it's because I'm just so into the game. Like, I feel like I am in that game when I'm playing.
Put your phone over here. I'm airdropping this to you because it's too fucking big to send in a text message or something. And I don't know how this works. I've never.
I don't know how does it work.
I don't know. You're supposed to just be able to like let your phones bang.
I mean, that just like.
I don't know. Did you hear the weird shit that just happened?
Well, we hit the. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. I don't know how did you get that?
Well, when you got close to my phone, it popped up a thing, and when you tapped my phone, it actually tapped it for me. So
cool. All right, well, good. Anyway, so we've been going for like an hour and a half, I think, on this. We just wanted to do a little break up the monotony of what we're talking about and make it a little lighter,
Well, you need light talk.
Yeah,
like, you can't talk deep all the time.
You need to giggle and shit, because it's definitely healing for the soul. I think, like, just laughter, like.
Because I like some of those shows that where they get deep and stuff, but like they talk deep all the time, and it's just
monotone and boring. I don't want to be that.
Like I got listen to something different, and like that's
100%.
And that's one thing I want about this podcast. I want it to be different. I don't want it to be
the same old bullshit everybody's talking about. Yeah, I agree. But we've got all of our socials that'll be popping up when all this shit pops. We will be releasing like a little bit at a time. We're not going to drop all these at the same time because we are pre-recording these. Just because we want to be able to make sure that we put out the best product we can put out when we put it out. We have the page on Facebook, and we have, I don't even know, did we do a Twitter?
I think so, but I'm not
100%
I'd have
sure.
to double check.
I don't remember all the shit we've done.
Like, we signed up for almost everything, I think.
So we got all those platforms you can reach us on. If you guys need anything, and we're not just talking about just dudes. Like if there's a female out there that's going through some shit and you need to talk to somebody, like we're gonna be unbiased. Like we don't know you first off, so we're just gonna give you our honest opinions about shit, and you have to do with what you will, you know.
Well, I mean, it's for everybody mainly.
Yeah.
I say men because we're men. Like I don't know a lot about women, but like if you got problems or something,
and you need help, we don't care to
I'm
try
there to talk.
Whatever, you know. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
We probably like if we get a lot of people actually watching this, we won't be able to answer everybody.
Yeah, obviously,
but we'll answer what we can.
In my experience, dudes, like we had the other podcast we did. Not we, but the other podcast I did, we would get so many more women who would actually message the show and ask questions, because we had a segment called Ask a Dude.
Yeah.
And they could just ask a guy if they wanted to be, if it was always anonymous, they could ask a guy any question they wanted to ask the guy and get an honest answer from 3 different perspectives in life. You know what I'm saying? 3 different guys. And dude, the dudes never showed up. I had 3 females come in on the podcast, and we just stayed on the outskirts and let them sit at the table, and they answered all the questions, and they could be, you know, guys were in the chat, they could ask any question. They didn't ask shit. Like dudes are chicken shit when it comes to that shit.
But I'll tell you right now, what I eventually want to do is make a website or go get some kind of forum or something
page
where everybody can go to, and we can actually have a community there and talk.
Yeah, Patreon.
So then that way, what?
Patreon. You never heard of Patreon?
No, that's a money thing. I don't.
You don't have to charge for it. You can have free Patreons.
Well, there's one I was looking at as like locals.
I don't know. I don't know about all that one. I just know
like that,
Patreon because one of the mental health podcasts that I listen to, which is To Be Better. Shout out to those guys. Amazing podcast.
Well, see,
they do the Patreon.
Every time I hear Patreon, I think money.
Well, yes, and it does cost money to do big, huge. Like if this becomes a big thing, it will cost us money. We'll have to get sponsors, and if we want to do a Patreon and charge people $1 a month to be on our Patreon to have live chats and get a community started, I don't have a problem with that. $1 a month.
That's fine. I
can dig that out of my couch, and my couch is brand new.
Yeah, well, we'll have to look at all that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I want a space to where we can eventually get a community started where we can all talk. And then you talk amongst each other.
Yeah, that'll be the biggest.
Talk with us and,
That'll be the biggest support system ever, is a group of like-minded people who are listening to the same show and coming up with their own ideas about stuff so that they can say, hey, this is what I pulled from that episode.
Because I'm a big one of think for yourself. Like, I really am. And, like, everybody wants, like, in today's social media, it's follow me, listen to me, take my advice. And I'm not like that, man. I'm like, if you take my advice and you do good with it, then you do good. I mean, if you don't want to take my advice, you ain't got to take my advice.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you how I do it. Maybe something else works for you. I mean,
something will be different.
I mean, and then share that. Because, like, everybody's different. So, like, someone else might benefit from something else.
Yeah, you never know. Everybody's different. I mean, that's why we have a million different flavors of ice creams.
But I'm a big one on think for yourself. Like, if even like stats and stuff. Like, if I hear somebody talking about stats, like, I actually go look it up
and see if they're bullshitting.
Yeah, or maybe like they're skewed. Maybe the numbers are skewed one way or the other because of the bad thing about the internet and everything right now is politics, because they'll skew numbers.
Yeah.
So then when you do look up stuff, like the numbers are skewed.
Yeah, and that's been the same for forever. Like ever since the internet came along.
Yeah, but it's worse now, dude.
Yeah,
it's
because
so much worse.
It's all made to divide. Everything is made to divide and put this person against that person against this person. It's the same story. It's the same story over and over and over and over and over. It's this person's against this and that, and they take half of the story, half of what's actually going on, and they put that in the media, and then they're like, well, this is why, and that's why there's so much hate going on, because instead of doing the research like you do, they just take the advice of CNN or Fox or whatever, and they don't do any research for themselves.
Yeah, I'm not one on that. I'm like, hey, if you see something,
Test it out.
I mean, even if it ain't your view,
At least give it a chance to look.
I mean,
at it.
like, so I'll look at one side of the view, and then I look at the other, and then I make my own decision, because most of us are in the middle of everything. Like, we're not one side or the other.
Yeah, it's the gray. We all live in the gray, man.
So, like, I mean, that's just,
I'm with you.
like, I'll eventually come up with more stories. Like, I just.
Well, I kind of sprung this on you.
Yeah,
to be honest,
kind of sprung it on me, and I'm just kind of like, like, what am I going to talk about? Like, start talking about something so I can.
Dude, I got enough stories for.
So that way I
days.
can get ideas of, because like, some things you'll come up with, and I'll have a story kind of like that, or something, or it'll
in the same realm,
or it'll spark something, and I'll be like, oh yeah, well this one, but like I don't think about a lot of that.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, you would have to,
because I'm like this, dude. Like, this is how I live. So if I'm going through life and I have a decision, I make a decision, and then I go on, and I don't look back. And like, a lot of people are like, well, I got a lot of regrets. I don't regret a lot.
I can't regret things.
I don't have I don't regret anything.
I regret some stuff, but I've spent the better part of my life trying to atone for those regrets and those mistakes I've made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look back on those things that I've done that I'm not proud of, and I think to myself, I've got to do so much better to make myself feel better about how shitty I was as a human at that point in my life. And the only thing I can say about those times in my life is that I just didn't know what I was doing. And I was scared, and I was fearful of what was coming. So I had no idea what to do. So I rushed the decision, and I fucked it up.
Yeah.
And if I could go back and change that, that's the kind of regrets I have. But instead of worrying about that and studying on those regrets, I just go, you know what? I messed it up. I failed. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make it better. I'm going to wake up every day, and I'm going to be a little bit better every day.
Well, I mean, I try to be a little bit better every day, too.
Yeah, I think that's all we want,
But, I mean,
really.
that's just, I think that's part of being...
Growing up. Yeah, it is. But some people don't grow up, though. Pint, we both have friends that ain't going to grow up, and they're going to be the same for the rest of their lives.
I mean, they're just...
stuck.
Yeah.
And it sucks to watch, especially people you care about and people you love, watch them just struggle for forever. It's like...
But, I mean, you can't give them motivation. You can't make them be like, hey, like, look at what you could be doing.
Yeah, because they don't see it.
They don't.
And if it doesn't matter how you see a person, if they can't see themselves that way and they can't tell what potential they have, then they're never going to get it.
They have to want it.
They have to want it.
And
I'm talking about want it so much that you sacrifice everything in you to make it what you want.
And you're going to fail.
You're going to fail over and over, and that's what I've tried to explain to my kids.
But a lot of it is like... Because, like, when you go out and, like, you get rejected by girls, stuff like this, when you're younger, right?
You think it's the end of the world.
You do. But you learn to overcome that.
Absolutely. You have to.
And, like, more modern day, because you use more of the phone and everything else, you're hidden behind a screen.
Yeah.
Like, it's different than getting rejected face to face.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that. The face to face, like, it can feel brutal.
Oh, it does.
But you got to learn how to brush it off and just go on.
And you can't get hung up on it, because there's going to be people in life that just don't like you for no reason other than the fact that they don't know you and don't care to know you, and that's fine.
But what I'm saying is, like, some of the people that I know that just don't move on, that they've never went through any of that. They never learned how to
because they didn't experience
face
it.
that rejection. And then when it comes to failing, they just
let the failure take them all the way down, and they never come back from it.
It like puts them in shock to where they can't keep going on.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hurtful. It is, but you have to understand that tomorrow's a new day.
But I mean, there ain't nothing I can do about that. So one thing I wanted to say was, my parents got a divorce, right? When I don't know, I was 18 at the time, something like that. But when they got the divorce, I still live in a home, and me and my mom weren't getting along very well. Like, every time I come in, she'd be like nagging me and yelling at me about something, this and that, and which I tell her the same. I've told her this to her face, and then like she's like, "Well, I was just trying to get you to do stuff that you should have been doing," and I was like, every time I come home, it's the same thing. I was like, it's from the time I stepped in the door to the time I went back out the door, and I was like, I just
couldn't take it no more.
I got to the point where I couldn't take it, and I actually talked to my dad about it, and he goes, "Well, if you do, when you make your decision,
stand by it.
You can't look back."
Yeah.
And then after that, that's like honestly, like when he said that, I was like, huh, and it just kind of hit me.
It became one of your core memories, and that's what you've hung on to all these years.
And then ever since then, it's been, if I make a decision, I make it. I
stand by it, yeah.
I don't look back.
I get it. I mean, it makes sense.
And I don't regret anything, because the decision I make is the decision
that you made, yeah,
that I wanted to make.
Now, I struggle with making those decisions.
Did I make the right decision? Sometimes not.
Yeah.
Did I make the wrong decision? You know.
And then you have to go back and eat crow.
Then I'm like, well, that was wrong.
Yep.
Maybe I need to, try something else.
Yep. Different path.
But I'm not going to look back and be like, I made a bad mistake. I mean, and
you make the decision. You make the decision
and have regret about it. No, I'm just going to look at it and move on. So I don't regret a lot. Yeah. Like even the bad stuff in my life that I'm like, I really shouldn't have done that. I don't regret it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to look at it.
And everybody's like, well, what would you change about your life? Nothing.
Yeah. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it hadn't been for all the bullshit that I've been through. I really wouldn't.
Because everything brings me to this point, brings me to all my friends. Because if you think about it, like if I didn't do this thing here, would I actually met this person?
Yeah.
Would I met that person?
Yeah.
And everybody,
everybody in between. Yeah.
I know I kind of went a little deep there, but
no, it is the core of this podcast,
But I mean, that's just kind of how I think, and like my brain goes in a million different directions. Oh my goodness!
Yo, I just ripped ass, bro.
White Castle all over again.
No, it wasn't White Castle. Let's go get White Castle.
Dude, I can't eat White Castle
at all.
No, like, oh my bad. Oh my goodness!
It doesn't matter.
I echoed in my
We're
head.
not editing this.
But
oh, that's bad.
So, White Castle, like, and he's still going.
Oh, no, that wasn't me. That was the chair over there that Jonah's sitting in. I'm just talking about. You'll find out here in a second.
That was not Jonah's chair.
Yes, it was. I didn't rip ass again. I swear. If I did, it would have been wet and like on the floor.
I mean, that's
already.
what it sounded like.
No, it wasn't me. I swear. It might have been the dogs. The dog, dude. That dog over there farts like a rhinoceros, and it snores like one too. It's bad. Like you literally, if you guys go back and listen to the first 2 or 3 podcasts, you will hear one of these dogs snoring in the background. I swear you will. And I tried to scrub it, but it will not come out. It's still in the background going.
Because your dog's loud.
It is, dude.
You can hear him on the other side of the house.
Bro, I thought that my mother snored loud, right? I thought my mom, I didn't think there was nobody on this planet that could snore louder than my mother. But, dude, I have found it.
But like I was saying, my brain goes in a million different directions. So, like, whenever we spark something, I want to talk, like, I'll go off on something just because I'm thinking about it. Otherwise, I forget.
I gotta let you hear something. You ready for this?
Yeah, that's your dog.
No, that's my mother.
What?
That's my mom.
I was going to say that almost sounded like your dog.
I know, it does. So, get this. You know how far away my bedroom is, right?
Yeah.
I was in here streaming. We were streaming on Twitch. Playing Ark. We were streaming on Twitch. That's what I recorded sitting in front of that TV. She was in that room asleep, snoring.
Yeah, that sounded like his dog.
And that's how loud it was coming through the house.
Because
they kept going, what is that sound? What do we keep hearing? It was going through my headset. And I was like, what are y'all talking about? Because I got accustomed to it. I got used to my mom.
Like,
just
I'll tell you right now, if you listen to this podcast.
You're going to hear the dog snoring?
Yes. I think it's more toward like the beginning.
Yeah.
Did you see me start looking up? Like I started looking up and because that was me trying to hear
what it was.
Yeah, and I was
Usually
like,
it's the damn fish tank that's bubbling behind you that we hear through the mic.
yeah, but that wasn't it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely the dog.
Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, what was that? And like I'm looking up and moving my head around, like I don't have headphones on.
Yeah.
Like trying to pinpoint where this thing's coming from.
They're Chinese pugs, so they have big, flat noses and very, very short sinus tracts or whatever the hell it's called. So they have trouble breathing anyway. But the little brown one, because we have a black one and a brown one. The little, I think they call it fawn colored. The little fawn colored one, dude, she has the shortest little snout.
Well, I'll tell you what. The first time I heard it, I was like, "What is that?" And like, you know how you do that little jerk and turn? What was that?
Yeah.
Like something's gonna attack you. Like what?
Well, I mean, they think they're attack dogs when you walk in.
Oh, dude, get this. So I was outside. Like I smoke. I need to quit. So I was outside, right? And I'm sitting out there, and your cat's on the table.
Cat's always on the table.
So cat's sitting there on the table.
Outside cats. We don't do inside cats. I can't do it. I can't stand it. I don't have a problem with cats if they're outside. Okay.
So
continue.
I'm out there. And, so you got the opening there on the side. And I'd say I'm a good 5 feet away, right? And then I hear the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. And then I look, because, you look up, because I'm like, what is that? And then off in the corner, I see something fall, and I just hear a thud. And I was like, something just fell off his roof and died. I was like, what was that?
Did you ever figure out what it was?
So I go out, and I peek around the corner, and I'm like, am I going to see his, cat just laying there on the ground? Because, your other cat.
The fluffy one.
Yeah, and I was like, did his cat just, fall off the roof or something? Because, I mean, it hit. It goes thud. So I thought, and it sounded like it just, thudded on the ground. I was like, oh, my goodness. I was like,
are you killing me? What was it?
Squirrel.
Oh, my fat squirrel. We feed him. We feed him on the banister out front. He's almost as big as the cat. The little cat.
He was huge.
Dude,
yeah.
he's almost, I feed him. I got a thing of walnuts that are really old. Not walnuts,
Because, when it fell,
Bro,
it's got a big shadow, and I thought it was a cat.
Do you want to meet him?
I've seen him.
No, but you can meet him. You can watch him eat almonds.
Dude, he was closer than me and you.
Yeah, I
and
know.
he was just looking
it's
at me.
because I fed him. I can't get him to take it right out of my hand, but I can stand from me to you and set, I can take it and set right here and then stay right here, and he'll go, blah, 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 and he's so fat that when he runs across the roof, it sounds like the dogs on the roof.
Yeah.
He goes, thud, 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 across the roof.
That's why
it's
I
my
thought
fat
it was
squirrel.
a cat.
It's my fat squirrel. He used to live in between, because this has got a double roof on the top, right? It's got the OG trailer roof.
Yeah.
And then when we did all the addition and all the stuff to it, we put a new roof on it, right? A new tin roof all the way across. It's awesome for rain. So when we put the new tin roof, there's little holes in between so it can breathe, right? He used to could live in there, but now he can't live in there anymore. He's too fat. He won't fit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a 2x4 width. So what's a 2 by 4 inches? So he's so fat he can't get inside a 4-inch space.
Yeah, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go. The thing that went through my head was I'm gonna have to go in here and tell him his cat just died.
Not just the squirrel. I don't know how he gets his fat ass from the roof to the trees over here. You should see him on a tree limb, bro. He can't.
Well, I seen him.
He has to be on the limb this far, and I'm holding my hands out about 2 feet, because if he gets past that, the limb bends and drops him off on a green tree, dude. I'm telling you, he's fat.
Well,
he's awesome.
I seen him take off in the yard. He's pretty quick.
He's fast for a fat squirrel. He's like me back whenever I was 450, 500 pounds. I could still get it. I could still run, but it was just short stints. You know what I'm saying?
And then after that, I'm already oh, good. I ain't got to tell him that his cat died. But then I'm sitting there and I'm going to finish up the smoke. I'll head back in. And then you know how you hear a screen door is it closes or something?
Yeah.
I heard that on the other side of your deck. And even the cat looked over. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. Does he have turkeys or something up underneath the house? I was like, I ain't even gonna look.
Not up under the house, but they're all around us. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was it did the little
and it kind of like sounded like I say it's more like a screen door kind of closing, like had kind of was scooting across the floor, like kind of something dragging or something.
You look down, the dog was scratching its ass on the floor or something.
No, I couldn't see anything.
You don't know what it was.
I have no clue.
There's no telling. We got an abundance of tree frogs out here too. The pool's full, completely full of tree frog tadpoles every year.
I mean, I don't think it was a frog.
No,
it didn't sound like a frog.
But there's all kinds of crazy shit out here. I
don't know what that was. But yeah, when that squirrel did that, I really thought like that. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell him his cat.
Did he fall off or did he jump to the tree?
No, he jumped straight down
on the ground. Damn, that's brave.
So
that much ass hitting the ground, bro.
So you know where you're. No, he didn't hit the ground. He hit the deck. Like he come off the roof there on that corner, and dropped, like at that pole.
He was on the back porch with you?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I'll feed him back there now. Then
that's what I'm saying.
Because I've been feeding him out. I've been feeding him out front.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's how I get to hear him go gunk, 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 across the roof.
Yeah, like
I feed him out front.
Yeah, because we were like I said, we were close. We were about as close as me and you, because he was right there on the corner of it. Like he didn't hit the ground.
So on the other side of the hot tub.
Yeah, but outside. I mean, it was the pole. He's on the outside of that pole.
Okay, so he's out on the ground outside. Okay. Well, I thought he was on the porch. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go feed him back there.
No, he's on the porch, but he's on the outside of the thing.
The edge. Okay, I get what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. I love my squirrel. He's cool. I was gonna kill him. Like, when I first noticed he was up in my house, I was like, man, you going to shoot through my damn roof when you get cold? I can't have that. I'm going to have to shoot your ass. And I got to thinking, you know what? He might have a little squirrel family. And I'm a big, look, I ain't going to lie. If I have to hunt and eat, I'll do it. But I'm not big on killing nothing. And you call me the P word if you want to, but I don't care.
I don't know. If it's a spider, though, I'll burn your house down.
Yeah, bugs don't count to me. I can't. Bugs is different, but little furry creatures, man, I want them a pet. I want them as pets. I had a raccoon.
So you know those big spiders? They're black and yellow, the real big ones.
Oh yeah, you don't kill those. Those are good spiders.
They're good spiders, but dude,
Jonah, what are those big yellow and black spiders called? Are they garden spiders? Banana spiders. Yeah, banana spiders. Yeah, we have a bunch out here.
But they freak me out.
Yeah, but they shouldn't. You should leave those alone. They catch all the insects.
Well, I mean, I don't kill them.
And I got to get them out of here.
I'll get them out of my house, but like I don't kill them. But like, I do think about setting the house on fire. Like if I see one, I'm not gonna lie. Like I really think I'm like, hey, if I had a flamethrower right now, I would go get the flamethrower and just flamethrower this.
So
thing.
You do realize how many of those you eat on a yearly basis, right?
Like you eat a bunch.
Spiders. You eat a shitload.
Yes.
And I never believed it until I looked it up and was like, what?
But I'm asleep, so.
You don't know, yeah. You just go.
So whatever I don't know, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
If I don't know, I don't know.
We're 2 hours in, just so you know.
But if I do know and I do see it, light it a fire.
Yeah, no, I'm not that scared of bugs. I didn't
say I'm really scared.
I don't like mice.
I just said like we're just gonna set this thing on fire.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Why would you do that though? Because you're scared of them. It's okay. Be scared of them.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I don't know if it's poisonous.
Well, there's telltale signs.
So I'm partially colorblind.
Oh, that is right. So then screwed.
So then when I see one,
it's automatically deadly.
Yes, that's what I think. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what color this thing is. It could kill me.
I never thought about it like that. It's like last night when I changed the paint on my 4-wheel drive truck.
I thought you just took the paint off.
I was like, check it out, and you were like, what? I was like, check it out. I changed the color. You're like, oh, it's white now. I was like, no, bitch, it's pink. It's hot pink.
I mean, it looked white.
I'm still trying to find a damn purple dye for my truck.
I have a purple dye in the thing.
But I don't take yours.
I gave you one.
You gave me one, but I put it on my robot, my drone.
Oh.
So Dee Dee's purple.
I think there's another one on the drone that's in the farm thing. But,
I'll check it.
But anyway, that's totally different. Like this, is how I think. Like we just go off on topic. Just whatever.
But that's how we do. Like when we're playing games, or when we're just having a bullshit conversation. Like yesterday, for literally 2 hours, we talked about guns.
Yeah.
We get on topics we like. It's okay.
Yeah, we get on topic. Yeah.
All right, we are going to shut this down. I know we talked about it 30 minutes ago, but we're literally going to shut it down now because we're 2 hours in, and I'm not editing this. We're going to drop this like it is. I'm not doing any kind of anything to it. I'm going to add some music to the front, some music to the end, and then this is how you get this bitch. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Like we said, hit us up on our socials if you want to talk about something, if you need some help, if you're in a bad place. We will talk to you. We'll help you out with whatever we can. We're not licensed anything. We're just two stupid dudes that have been through a bunch of shit, and we want to be able to help other people that have been in our situation, right?
That's the whole purpose.
It's the whole point of this. If this podcast helps one person, then we've done everything we've done. We've accomplished what we came here to accomplish.
I mean, one person would be great. I hope we help a lot.
Me too. I hope we help millions, but one person is. I'm optimistic, but it is what it is.
Because my thinking is, like if you go with like these so-called experts and stuff like that, like I don't know, man. Like
sometimes I worry about the whole political aspect of that, the sides that they're going to bring, and then my thing is I want. If I'm going to go to a therapist, I would like it to be a Christian therapist so that their values align with my values. But do their values really align with my values? Because Christianity is so far spread by so many different people, and there's so many little side genres of it. It's like, where do you turn?
Well, I just what I think is, in like any of these spaces, like just a normal person gets pushed out of it, and you don't really hear that side. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it, because I'm not an expert at this. I've been doing a lot of work in this stuff, and
a lot of soul searching and a lot of learning.
I've done a lot of living, and I'm just bringing my experiences, and I want to talk to people, help people get through their problems, and that's pretty much why I did it. So,
but yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this.
So hit us up on our socials.
Yep.
Like, share, comment, talk to us if you want to hear anything from us, like something like maybe you got a topic you want us to talk about. Comment,
and we'll get to it,
or comment on anything we say.
Yep.
If we say the wrong stats or something, be free.
Fix it.
Be
for
free
us.
to call us out.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't care.
All right. Well, you guys take care, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for tuning in.